Okay, look, so I've been using the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7 for a little bit now, and even though the Z Fold 7 was like the star of the show at Galaxy Unpacked, I think the Z Flip 7 has a lot of good updates from its predecessor, and I think you should consider buying one if you are out on the market. Now, these types of videos that I have here on the channel, like you should buy, I'm not forcing anyone or I'm not telling you to buy it, like go ahead and buy it, but like consider if you are out in the market. That's the thing. If you are out in the market looking for this new Flip or new Fold or whatever phone it is, maybe consider because of the reasons I want to share with you guys based on my experience and just the upgrades that Samsung has made. And starting things off with this cover screen, we are getting a larger and better what Samsung calls flex window, a 4.1 inch display edge to edge. And honestly, this is better than, if you ask me, Motorola's full display, because there's still some bezel around. This is like literally edge to edge. And also, if anyone's asking about the case, here it is right here. I'm using this case from Thinborn. Links will be in the description down below. It's a two-piece, super minimal and clean, and I use their cases for pretty much all of my devices. And not only that, I still have to install it, but they have with the case inside the packaging, they have a screen protector, so I will be installing a screen protector for this cover window. But it's 4.1 inch, 120 hertz refresh rate, so you pretty much get, you know, full access, Google Maps, messages, YouTube right here. I have the Good Luck Launcher multi-star, so essentially I get to play games like Clash of Clans. And essentially I just want to kind of show you guys how it looks here on the Z Flip 7. Does it sound practical? Not really. Great, I got rated. Handles 100%. That's kind of rough. But essentially you can change how it looks here. So you can go full screen like that. You can change the aspect ratio essentially, so it doesn't, you know, get in the way of the camera modules. So this is how I usually kind of, if I want a quick update, essentially this is it. It's actually really, really nice, I gotta say. So yeah, that's how Clash of Clans looks. And look, you can play Clash of Clans. If you want to play Call of Duty, you can do that. I have the calculator. Like, these are the most used apps. I have my Tesla app, the collector app to just kind of track my Pokemon collection, X, Threads, messages, and all that stuff. I also do have WhatsApp as well. So like many of the apps I use, I can use on this cover display. In fact, like video calling now on WhatsApp, I use the 50 megapixel main camera and I'm all set to go. I've been putting more screen on time with this cover display rather than opening, you know, the Flip and using the inner display, which is also a really nice upgrade. A larger 6.9 inch display and it's a little bit wider. And Samsung does kind of compare this to the size of the Galaxy S25 Plus, like width-wise. So I like how it feels more and more like a conventional smartphone, whereas, you know, predecessors were not really like that. But you also do get things like the Galaxy AI on the cover screen, and you do get right here the Now Brief. And if you take a look at this Now Brief, this part right here was essentially the screen, the mini screen that we got with the original Z Flip. So now, you know, it says getting late. I know it's getting late. You know, right now it's like 10:30, so I'm gonna wrap up. Thank you. Hopefully I have sweet dreams. A few showers developing late. Sweet. That's awesome. And then lows overnight in the low 60s. So not too bad, but it is pretty hot during the day. So I kind of want the temperatures to drop. But you get Now Brief right here. I really do like it. And then you can kind of like check what else is here. Mood check-in, breathing exercise, meditation, practice some mindfulness before going to bed. Sweet. And then some like news and all that stuff. And then you can get recommended with YouTube videos, which I'm not going to turn on. But I'd like to see some more third-party apps. But nonetheless, this cover screen is just so much more useful. And this right here, like I see my notifications right at a glance. I can see the weather right now. It is 85. Well, now updated to 71. But at 10:28, I can see my watch battery. I can see my phone's battery right here, and all the great stuff. Right here is a camera shortcut, and then again those apps. So it's super useful. Now the second reason is going to be the battery life boost. Now this does get a physically larger 4,300 milliamp hour battery, which is the largest battery capacity in any Flip. It's up from the 4,000 in the Flip 6, and you get really, you get better battery life on this than the Galaxy S25. Like, I'm pulling in like 5-ish hours of screen on time, and this is definitely a battery champ, if you ask me, if you just resort to using this cover display. Now, obviously, you know, if you want to use the inner display for regular tasks, yes, it's going to be just a regular smartphone battery life type of thing, but I'm sure there are those, it's probably a really small niche that are going to resort to using a lot of their things, you know, because of this access to those apps. A lot of their apps on this cover display now. I know it's there, just a very small niche, but overall the battery life on this, regardless of whether you use the cover display or the inner display, has seen a boost. And I can definitely rely on it much more than the predecessor. And the first Flip I started using was a Z Flip 3, and I loved that phone, but the battery life was just not it. This right here is awesome. Like, it truly is. I think this is going under the radar, and obviously we have Android 16 and like One UI 8, Samsung's battery AI algorithms and things like that, so definitely does help with the improvements. And then we also do have the Exynos 2500 chipset, so that should essentially help with the battery life. And then number 3 is, it's still pocketable. I mean, this is a awesome form factor. I really do like the Flip. And because we get that, you know, cover display that's full screen, because we get better battery life, but it's a phone that folds and it's so much easier to carry, I really do like it. Pair it up with this case that I have from Thinborn. I really do like the setup on the Z Flip 7. Like, you're getting all of these great things. You're getting, you know, all the great Galaxy AI updates. You're getting One UI 8, Android 16, 7 years of software updates in a device that kind of folds into a pocketable machine, essentially. These are machines. Like, we are rocking very powerful machines in our pockets. It is so useful. Like, if you want to just prop this up and watch a video, or, you know, use it while you're, you know, video calling, whatever the case may be, and then when you're done, just fold it and bam, you're all set to go. It's sweet, compact, portable, and it's also just a little bit thinner than the Galaxy Z Flip 6. So I do want to point that out there too, but it's really pocketable, pocket friendly. That's what the Z Flip 7 is, and I think this will appeal to many people. And I know, like, the Z Fold 7, again, it was a star of the show, but this right here was also a really good upgrade. This year, I think Samsung made notable upgrades for both the Fold as well as the Flip, where in previous years, it was like they were kind of taking turns. Like, one year the Fold was getting good upgrades, then one year it was the Flip, but this year it is both. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, definitely be sure to superman that like button, comment down below, and best of all, share this video, because it really does help out the channel out a lot. It will help push my content out to more people. And also, definitely be sure to check out my wallpaper packs. Links will be in the description down below. I'm working on a bunch behind the scenes. This one right here is from my wallpaper pack, Color Blast. Links will be in the description down below. But that's been it for me, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.